In this room right now by chance and that you're not going to be targeted yourself. It's all right. FBI took a picture of y'all coming in. Too late. But see, damn, okay, is that too serious? Okay, let's make a joke. Let's make a joke. Some of y'all like, damn, really, bro? Okay. They like, wow. I'm about to get out right now. I'm about to leave. I wasn't with him. Okay. Now, I promise I'm trying to make it light because this is hilarious. Okay. What you talk about is going to become more monitored. They're going to look at you and study you more. Raise your hand if you know someone who fell for the propaganda, or were forced, or felt like they had no other choice, or, y'all know where I'm going, had all these different situations, had to keep their job, they wanted to travel, you name it, and they took the poison. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. We all know somebody. As a matter of fact, even if you're in this room and you took it, look, we're not mad at you. We're not mad at you. Seriously. Because again, some of you in this room may be victims of the same thing that I just said. You a single mother with 2 children. You got to keep the job you got to keep. You don't have no time. You don't have no $50,000 stocked up in the bank. What? You have to keep it. You were a pin in the corner. You a single father. Or you may be in a relationship. You may have a wife and say that you don't want taking care of all the bills. What you gonna do? See, it's a reality that a lot of people didn't look at. People just going at each other. Don't take it. You need to take it. Nigga, you will sell out. Whatever. Just. And I wasn't going at people like that. I was going at those who work on behalf of the system, who are pushing it without giving people the right to choose. Let's make it very clear. I don't go at our people and all that, no, because we're ignorant. A lot of us are in different situations. It's a real world. But because of us falling, and roughly 220 million people in America who fell for it, roughly over 1 billion people on the planet fell for it, and now they are having recalls on the shots. I say this to you. This is why I follow Farrakhan. You gotta follow him, it's up to you. Cool. But if you want to say, I'll follow the boldest black, or whatever you want to call it, I know someone who has stood up to the most wicked government since Rome and has not been taken out only by God's permission. Let's make that clear. Right. But is still standing and has not wavered, has not broken on his integrity, has not sold us out and never will. 89 years old, half of his intestines lower missing. And you mean to tell me? Man, I just gotta go. No, sir, bro. If you want to stand on something, learn that it will come with a price. Taking everything that I had, removed it all, reaching 15 to 18 million people per week. Do you know what happens when they remove your network? How does that affect your money, brother? Yes. Please, let's be real. What does that do to your livelihood if you use that as a vehicle to make money? Selling products, whatever you do. How does that, see, some of us don't want to sacrifice much at all. We don't want to. So I'm saying all of that to say that there will be a price that all of us have to pay. Even if that price is simply our comfort level. You hear me? Y'all hear me? Y'all warming up a little bit? Trying to shake this glass. I don't want these white folks call police on you, brother Lee. What are they talking about in the bookstore? Okay. There's some white folks in here. Y'all the right ones. The raise your hand. Okay. Welcome. It's all love. Come on, it's all love. So when we were and are exposing those who push this poison on behalf of this enemy, it is because there is an agenda that Satan is pushing that whether we know it or not, he's not going to give up on his end. So we can't give up on ours. Does that make sense? So if anyone in here has taken it, detox to the best of your ability because you will never be fully vaccinated. And never. Another shot's coming out. Fourth, then they have the pill. Then they are now testing out and experimenting chewing gum. Word. Wow. Chewing gum. Okay. We're going to get into more of that later. But when it comes to the contents of the book that many of you have currently in your hands that you have never read before in your life, just know one major thing. You will not be the same after you read it. Don't you dare say nobody told you. It has references, it has diagrams that has statistical data in it, you will not be able to say, no, I didn't know. People who are attacked by the United States government are not lying most of the time. Some people lie. They're like, come on, man, come on. But seriously, they don't attack people like us from the hood for no reason. Do you hear me? You don't get put on the ADL's watch list. Anyone know what the ADL is? Anti-Defamation League. That is the Jewish organization. Basically says everybody hates Jewish people. Everybody hates, okay. All right. Anybody here hate Jewish people? That's what I thought. Get it. Pan the room. Anybody here hate Jewish people? Just go ahead and pan the room. I just want to... Oh, come on, man. Look, I'm making a point right now. Y'all like, really? No. All of this, I guarantee you, is relevant, and you are going to be able to use this information. None of us hate Jewish people. However, if you are doing evil and or wickedness, and you just so happen to be Jewish, then by me calling out your evil and or wickedness, it's not me attacking you for your Jewishness. Do you hear me? It's the same as you calling me out for doing negative and evil things. You're not attacking me because of my Islam. You're calling me out for the negative things that I'm doing. Period. But the problem is you can't criticize them, which means who controls a thing? Find out who you are unable to criticize. That is cool. I'll leave you on that point to let you go ahead and go off into that. Study that, because this is going to get back to them regardless. And the reason why I brought up that list is because that is the same list that Malcolm X is on. Same list that the Honorable Minister Farrakhan is on. Same list that Brother Martin Luther King is on. Same list that Stokely Carmichael Kwame Ture is on. Same list that the Black Panthers is on. Same list that Sister Asante Shakur is on, and each and every other person that you can name. What does that mean? We made it. Okay. You legit, right? We legit. Okay, that's just one. That's one list. Hold on, can I go to another? You sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
You got the book?
Yeah.
Got this book in your hand. Okay. Next list. Anyone ever heard of the disinformation dozen? Raise your hand if you've heard of the disinformation dozen. Less than a fifth of the room? Less than an eighth of the room? Less than an eighth of the room? Okay, interesting. The disinformation dozen, which is really the information dozen, is a group of 12 people. You can go into that, science that up all day long. 12 disciples, 12 systems of the body, 12 constellations, you can go into that all day long. Okay, they are saying that these 12 people are the greatest threat to the health of humanity. These 12 people have over 70% of the responsibility of spreading misinformation across the earth as it pertains to COVID. In fact, it's just 12 people. 12 people have influenced nearly 4.5 to 5 billion people on planet Earth, and you say that we influence them improperly? Word? Okay. On this list, you have people like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. On this list, you have people like Ty Bollinger, investigative journalist. On this list, you have Brother Rizza Islam, the youngest one, no degrees. And there's only one other black person, Kevin Jenkins. But no degrees, right? Let's make this clear. I have no degrees from this system. Why is it that the information that I put out, and they said he, personally, right, they started, they go down the list and they start giving data as to why this person is a threat. So they went over Robert F. Kennedy Jr., they went over Dr. Mercola, why he's a threat. They went over Dr. Christiane Northrup, they went over Rizza Islam, and they said he has over 70% of influence when it comes to getting this misinformation to the black community. Oh, he's such a terrible person for telling him to use vitamin C. So you target this little brother. I mean, think with me. Because we like to read about our legends, but we don't want to become them. Right. You want to talk about the past, but don't want to activate in the present. Right. Talk about Malcolm X if you're ready to live Malcolm X. I mean this when I say this. Don't talk Farrakhan unless you're ready to live him. Don't talk Sister Asante Shakur unless you're ready to live her. There are actions that we must go into to really understand what it feels like. So on that list, they brought in Mark Zuckerberg. Raise your hand if you've heard of him. Oh, Zuckerberg. You know the word Zuckerberg means sugar.